All right, last week, Luka Dončić said he no longer feels the same joy while playing my tiny violin.
Mhm.
The Mavericks have lost 8 out of their last 11 games and now sit at the 11th seed in the West. Is there any light at the end of this tunnel for your Slovenian son?
It's not great, man.
I said the little mini violin thing. I feel bad. Like, I'm sorry.
No,
That
listen,
sucks.
man, it's not good. I can't put it all on Kyrie. Listen,
Wait, that's really funny, the timing of that.
well, yeah. He obviously hasn't helped.
That is such funny timing.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't put it all on Kyrie. I can put some on Kyrie. Also, Kyrie, it seemed like yesterday tried to have another fan kicked out of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
What are your thoughts on this?
I don't.
So let me give you mine and go, and then
I think that there has to be something very extreme said,
That-
like
okay.
the LeBron situation about his son when he had the lady kicked out. But like,
so
just like
so here's the
level
thing.
A heckling.
I don't know what these fans are saying to Kyrie. I know a few games ago he had someone kicked out. I know Russ had someone kicked out yesterday. And I know Kyrie got into it with a fan yesterday, and then the rest
say
stepped
it to
in,
my face,
and they didn't.
That might have been a different.
They didn't kick him
scenario.
out. Here's the thing. Obviously, there are lines you cannot cross. And without knowing what anybody said, I don't want to like blindly defend any of these fans. I also am, if I am being honest, if I saw Steph Curry, Ja Morant, or Joel Embiid demand a fan be ejected,
You think it was?
I would
great.
assume the fan deserved to be ejected.
Right.
When it's Russ or Kyrie, I'm not certain if it was ejectable. I'm just
Not
not.
too much credibility there. Huh?
Like if somebody calls Westbrook, they don't get ejected from the game.
Right.
Now you can say that's a toxic part of sports, and I fine, but this part of, I think maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe this is me. I'm going to look back on this and say, oh, that was a dumb take of mine years from now. We're more evolved and better. I don't know. Part of being a pro athlete and part of what defines the greats is being able to deal with the hostile road environment. Now, we know there are lines, and you should never invoke someone's family. You should never invoke someone's creed, race, any of those things. And I would argue that it should be close to a zero tolerance policy on obscene profanity, not because the athletes are offended, but because we still want to be able to bring kids to the games.
Bigotry,
and it's just, a zero tolerance policy for any hate speech.
Right.
And profanity, it's embarrassing, in my opinion, for the person
fan,
doing
right.
it. And there should be, but consistent taunting is allowed.
Yeah.
So I gotta know, like, if someone says, like, to Kyrie, every team hates you. Kyrie, you're not getting your money. Kyrie, all those things. I don't think you should be kicked out for that. Do you agree?
Yeah. 100%.
I just
look at the people that it is coming. I see where you're going with the Westbrook and the Kyrie thing. Look, these people, Westbrook.
Yeah.
Westbrook, I understand a little bit more because, like, I feel like he doesn't really bring it to himself because people make fun of him because of his play. With Kyrie, it's like outside stuff that he's kind of like brought on himself. So it's like,
but either way,
I had enough of it.
Again, I think you are allowed to make fun of guys for their play. I don't do it. I think it's kind of embarrassing for an adult to do.
Right.
But I don't think that is ejectable behavior. Right. So again, I don't know.
The tickets because you're that into the game.
Right.
You want to, yeah.
Correct. And I don't know what was said. So this is more of a generic conversation than a specific conversation. Like, I think if you say to whomever, you effing suck, that should be a warning. Stop with the profanity or you're out of here.
Right.
I think if you yell, Westbrook, you're the worst shooter in the league, you shouldn't even get talked to.
Right.
I think that's totally in bounds. I think if you say something about, someone's wife or kid, you're out. You know what I mean? You say something racial, you're out. You make fun of Kyrie's religion, you're out. All those things to me, I don't think anyone disagrees with it. And again, maybe that's what was happening here.
Right.
But I have my doubts. I have my doubts when I would not have doubts if Steph Curry pointed and said that person's got to go.
Right.
I would just know, okay, you know what I mean? Like does
it not seem like the whole league loves Steph Curry though?
He's one of the most popular players in the league for sure.
Yeah, who's out there really?
But hell, even if it was James Harden, who everyone does not like, he's a polarizing player.
Right. It seems like James Harden doesn't give a damn though.
I agree. Which is why I'm saying if he said someone's got to be kicked out,
right.
Then, and again, maybe it's going to come out these guys said something horrible and it makes total sense. It just has hit my radar. Seems to be a lot more. Have fans gotten way worse or have certain players gotten more sensitive? I think that's a fair question.
Ever since that mood swing post-game conference Kyrie had, that's right up his alley to kick a fan out.
It seems like it. And it's like, he's like, they call me out my name and I'm going to look them in their eye and see if they're really about it. And it's like, definitely not about it. They definitely are taking advantage of the fact that you are performing and they think it is part of the fan experience to be a drunk idiot. Now, again, if we want to say
tomatoes are allowed at comedy shows.
Oh, are they?
I mean, I feel like they are.
No, I not
actually
like
do that.
Is
that an old thing?
That's an old thing, buddy. There's not.
Nowadays it's not tomatoes. It's like shoes and stuff.
No, there's no shoes being thrown at comedy shows.
Yes, there are.
No, not in modern society. That you're watching like old Eddie Murphy movies set in 1930s. Like, no, there's not. No one's throwing fruit at bad comics in modern society. Did you just watch Gangs of New York or something?
Okay, or concerts.
I don't think people. Okay, I don't think in modern society people are throwing things on stage.
I don't know where you think you are right now. They are throwing stuff 100%. They are throwing stuff in the crowd.
Okay,
not in the crowd, but on stage.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see some evidence.
I mean, the baby got an Adidas shoe thrown at him.
And that's
the baby.
No, but that's out of bounds. That person's got to be thrown out.
Okay.
I'm saying that's not allowed, and I don't think it happens. Somebody says, weren't we talking about Luka? Listen, I was trying to filibuster to not have to talk about the fact the guy picked to win league MVP and go to the finals, might miss the play-in entirely. It's not great for my guy, Luka. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.